Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something fresh and exciting in the world of Nintendo Switch emulation, a brand new emulator called Eden, and it's already making waves in the emulation community. I'll show you how to fine-tune the emulator for the smoothest gameplay and best graphics, whether you're on a high-end device or even a potato Android. Let's break it all down and see what Eden is truly capable of. Eden Emulator is a promising new Nintendo Switch emulator created by Camille, a former developer from the Citron project. With Camille's experience and vision, Eden is set to deliver a unique take on Switch emulation that pushes the boundaries both technically and ethically. Let's jump into everything we know so far about Eden, because this isn't just another emulator. Eden's emulator repository remains private, and no official GitHub source has been released, most likely to avoid legal issues from Nintendo. I received the file from my audience, so I'm unable to share it publicly. But don't worry, the developers are already working on setting up a GitHub repository, and it should be available soon. Since Eden is built using yuzu source code, the UI and structure look very similar to yuzu, sudachi, and citron. Just like with citron, you'll need to go through the usual setup, enable notifications, install the product keys, and set up your game directories. The emulator supports both XCI and NSP formats right out of the box. Disclaimer: the emulator itself is legal, but using illegal ROMs is forbidden. I do not support or provide access to pirated games, so please use legal copies for your safety. Now, the interface might feel familiar, but that's not our main concern. The real question is Eden actually better than Citron or Sudachi, or is it just another clone with a flashy name? That's what we're here to find out. The very first thing we can notice in the game Liberty, they add something new. Now we can set the game in grid or list mode. Also, games can be synchronized in alphabetically or recent played. Let's configure the settings, but keep in mind that performance can vary significantly from device to device and game to game. However, you'll gain a clear understanding of how everything works. Click on the gear icon in the bottom right corner, then select Advanced Settings and open the System tab. I recommend turning off the limit speed option so the emulator can utilize your device's full potential. But sometimes, this can actually cause lag because disabling limit speed forces 60 FPS, and some games may not handle that well, leading to stutter and lag issues. If you enable docked mode, it will increase the resolution but might reduce performance. So, keep it disabled if your device isn't powerful enough. In the graphics section, keep CPU accuracy set to normal. You can set the resolution to 4x for high-end devices, but I suggest using 1x, which is 720p for a balanced experience. If you're on a low-end device, go with 0.5x for smoother gameplay. Higher resolutions require more power, so adjust this based on your device's capabilities. For V-Sync mode, I recommend using immediate, which basically means it's turned off. Leave Windows binary at default binary. For anti-aliasing method, set it to FXAA. Set anisotropic filtering to 2x. In aspect ratio, choose stretch to window for maximum display coverage. Enable force maximum clocks only if you're using an Adreno GPU, but be cautious, as this might cause overheating. Enable use asynchronous shaders to compile shaders asynchronously, reducing stutter, although it may introduce glitches. Enable use reactive flushing to improve rendering accuracy in some games, but note that it might cost some performance. Now go to the debug settings. Here, only Vulkan API is available, so we don't have other choices. Feel free to experiment with these settings to find what works best for your device, and if anything goes wrong, you can always reset to default. Next, head back to the main settings menu, where you'll find an option to install custom GPU drivers. By default, the emulator selects your device's GPU driver, but you can install a custom one for better performance. For this video, I'm using the Qualcomm Adreno 805 driver. To choose the best GPU driver, first check your device's Adreno GPU model using apps like CPU-Z. Then try custom drivers like V615, V630, or V805 from trusted sources to see which offers the best performance. Test each one and stick with the driver that delivers the highest FPS and visual quality without causing overheating. Unfortunately, non-Snapdragon users can't access this feature and must rely on default settings. Now let's jump into some gameplay using the Eden emulator. I tested a few games to compare performance with other emulator. This game is graphically intense, but Eden managed to deliver 30 to 40 FPS with solid visuals. Eden outperformed its control system, and overall performance felt more polished. However, less demanding games ran well on Eden. showing promising results. Since Eden Emulators is still in development, we can expect much better performance in the future. Please share your opinion in the comments section and don't forget to subscribe. It's an investment in more awesome content coming your way.